I know what I said on Twitter. I know what I said on Twitter. I have bought a few posters for this movie on eBay. I liked the movie overall as a pseudo-intellectual, eye candy sci-fi film with solid elements that work. It's a okay film. I'm not sure I'd call it a time waster film. I would say it's something that's light intellectualism. It's going to give you some mixtures of RoboCop, little bit of Blade Runner, obviously the original Ghost in the Shell, the original anime I mean, and other aspects of the Ghost in the Shell universe if you're a fan of that series. And just a sci-fi tone. That's an okay mystery film. And I think as a film on its own, it's fine. It's passable. It's not great, but it's okay. That's probably the biggest sin with this movie. Now, if I was a die-hard Ghost in the Shell fan, I would hate this movie. I would probably really hate this movie as a Ghost in the Shell fan. If I was one. I consider myself a fan of the first movie, but it's not one of my top 10 favorites. I can appreciate and respect the hell out of the movie and enjoy it. Ghost in the Shell, to many people, is the Blade Runner of anime. Now, I can sympathize with fans of Ghost in the Shell. If the director of this movie directed a remake of Blade Runner and did it in the way this movie did Ghost in the Shell, I would be angry. I would get it. I would get the hate that fans have for this film. The other thing that annoys me is I am a fan of Black Widow. I am a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This movie held me over for a while. And this movie is supposed to be the next holdover for Ghost in the Shell. Now, I brought this movie along with a few other films to illustrate a point. I do think Scarlett Johansson works as the Major. And in the movie they do a loophole to get around that. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you've seen Ghost in the Shell, just take out all the meta substance, all the thought-provoking things of where the line between man and machine is drawn, you know. If you like Blade Runner and you like Ghost in the Shell for the same reasons you like Blade Runner, yeah, just ignore that shit. Guys, it's a sci-fi mystery movie of Major Makoto Kusanagi. That's a bit of a spoiler, but I don't care because I want you to know that this is Makoto Kusanagi. This is the same character from the anime. This is not a new character. It is the same character. They try to fuck with you with the name change. I don't know why they did that, but they did it. And I'm thinking about scenes in my head that I really liked. And I think I overall did like the movie. So why am I raging against it? Because it could have been so much more. That's why. It had the potential. The source material was there. The source material, again, is on par with this movie. But I love this movie Probably because I've seen it a hell of a lot of times. I'm sure if I watched this movie like 40 fucking times or 10 fucking times, I'd be in love with this film. Because it does have all the things I like in a great sci-fi movie. This is not a great sci-fi movie. This is on par with Lucy. Meaning it's okay. It's got some light intellectualism, but it's nothing deep. And I think that's where it suffers. It's light intellectualism mixed with great and solid action. There's no shaky cam. You can tell what is happening in the movie. As a PG-13 action movie, it works. Now, the other stupid thing. Why is this movie PG-13?
Of course it is.
Huh? The window! Shoot! I don't believe it. Thermoptic camouflage.
Scarlett Johansson has done R-rated films in the past. This was rated R. This was rated R. This was rated R. Match Point was rated R. Don't tell me just because she has a kid that she wouldn't be up to doing another R-rated film. And again, allow me to demonstrate this. Okay. So, the way they do Makoto Kusanagi is similar to how they do her in the movie. The actual movie. But if she was trying to discover what her life used to be like. And the way they do that is good. As an adaptation, I do like it. I can see it as its own separate work, even though it does beautifully, and this is the thing that annoys me, it beautifully recreates sequences from the original film. And it does it really well. But the problem is, it seems like a light fan service. And while I was excited to see the finale, and I was like, come on, show me that fucking scene. Show me that fucking ending scene. Come on, come on. And I nerded out. I'm like, a little bit. If you've seen the original movie, you know what I'm talking about. I encourage you to watch this movie first, before you see this film, to fully understand what I am trying to convey to you here. To fully understand what I am trying to convey to you. This movie has amazing, iconic scenes. And at first I didn't think they were going to pull it off. But they did. They did it really well. But, again, there were warning signs with this movie. Who directed it? The guy that did Snow White and the Huntsman. A mediocre retelling of Snow White, from what I have heard. I own the movie. I bought this movie last year for $5 or $7.50 or something, and it's got an extended cut on it with a nice bonus disc. Cause honestly, you know what? This has nothing to do with the fucking review. And the thing that annoys me is the fans, the hardcore fans, I hope, do not put the blame on this actress. She acted the hell out of this movie. She got the character of Makoto Kusanagi. She was a great choice for the role. Because, as I said in my Two Jews, One Mic podcast with my friend, she had the resume. She has the charisma. She has the acting chops. She has the range to do this character. She's played fucking robots before. And slightly monotone characters that can also show huge, brilliant outbursts of emotion. Okay, allow me to demonstrate why I'm really disappointed in this film. If I may. Her. Brilliant film. She demonstrates her range as a voice actress brilliantly. Not just proving that she's got the face, the body language, but the voice to carry a film. As a voice actress, she's amazing. And her emotion in this film is fantastic. This movie is fantastic. This movie shows the complete opposite of what this movie is. These two films, her and Under the Skin, are like the perfect sister movies if you want to see Scarlett Johansson's range as an actress. And again, they're both science fiction films. How she can show herself with range using her voice to show her emotions, and using her body language, pretty much only using her body language to display what her character is going through in this movie. If she decided, hey, I want to do some type of silent film, go for it. Pretty much the original Black Widow holdover movie for me. It's more on par with this film. And I'm not even sure it's as good as Lucy. And that sucks. I love this fucking actress. Now, I've bought as much Black Widow merchandise as I can to try to say, hey, I love this actress. She's one of my favorite actresses of all fucking time. I want a Black Widow movie, for God's sakes. And the homages to the original movie are not insulting. The homages do work. Overall, as homages to the original film. I just wish we got more of an intellectually challenging movie like its source material. The problem is, walking out of this movie, I did really like it, and I still like it. There are so many things I do like about this film. I like the mystery aspect of it. I like how it's playing around with different elements of the source material. I like the cast in the film. The production design. Honestly, the production design in Ghost in the Shell is Oscar worthy. The cinematography is solid. The action sequences are great, as I said. But there is something crucial missing to this movie, and that is depth. Depth of character. Depth of where is the line between man and machine drawn. Depth of being comfortable as a machine, or struggling with what it means to be a machine and what it means to be human. I think if you had a Ridley Scott directing this movie, it would have been a goddamn masterpiece. But you got the guy that did this, and it prevented it from being the brilliant film that it could have been. I'm going to give Ghost in the Shell 2017 a 7 out of 10. But as I said, overall, I would give Ghost in the Shell 2017 a 7 out of 10. It is a decent science fiction flick with some solid intellectualism thrown in there. Could it have been better? Yes. And I honestly think that is its greatest sin, because it should have been a masterpiece. It should have been an amazing film. It has amazing moments, gorgeous moments, great moments. I think the thing that saves this movie in a lot of ways is Scarlett herself. Maybe I might be biased considering the fact she is one of my favorite actresses of all time. Probably my favorite actress of the 2010s and the 21st century, if I'm going to be honest. Like in terms of millennial actresses, yes. She is technically a millennial. If you want, I'll link the source some other time. I guess the point of this review is, well, I'm going to give it either a 6.1. It's between a 6.1 and a 6.2. It's not horrible, but it barely passes. You'll get a kick out of it. It's a good theatrical fun time experience. But this movie deserved better. This franchise, this source material deserved so much more. And I think that's the greatest sin. Live long and prosper and have a nice day.